Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, yo, L, what time is it?
It's 7 o'clock. Why? What's up?
Hindsight time. That's what's up. Hindsight time. You already know.
Don't leave me. Trying to get my knowledge on, too.
That good old knowledge without a college, bro.
Don't be stingy with the knowledge.
You walking on slow. Let's get the hard stepping.
You know what time it is. Those who don't listen, special.
Real special. Real special. You know, I ain't old as I look, but I'm never too old to get that knowledge.
You are now listening to Hindsight Radio. Peace to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good night. Hope you had a good day, a good week. Hope your family's doing well. You're doing well. Hope you're prospering in all that you do. This is definitely going to be a short show because my flight leaves in the morning, so I got to prepare for that, get everything I need prepared, and so that I can get up in the morning and catch this flight to New Jersey to do this seminar. That's going to be in Newark, New Jersey. Let me pull it up. Okay. Looking forward to everyone being there. A few people purchased them up online. Remember, if you're going to pay at the door, it is cash only at the door. Let's see. Where is it? Events. It's going to be at, all right, my computer's moving slow, sorry. All right, Newark, New Jersey, Nationality and Prosperity Seminar, 10 a.m. to 4:30. Try to get there early because I move through everything. You know, I don't waste time. I teach a little history, then I give you the process. And the process takes about half the day to teach. So we're going to be talking about the passport, biological data correction, how to petition the court, affidavit of denial of U.S. citizenship, driver's license process. It's going to be at Newark International Airport, Marriott, One Hotel Road, Newark, New Jersey. $300 donation online, $325 at the door, cash only. And that's it. What else? I had something else I wanted to share. Yeah, Reverend Ike was saying something that I like what he said. You know, a lot of us tend to go when we have problems, we tend to wait until the problem comes and then we want to look for help. Whether you want to pray, whatever it is you do. But if you're in the practice of speaking positive things into your life on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, when these storms come, you'll be ready for them. Because situations are always going to show up to challenge you, to test how serious you are about walking into your purpose. It's always going to be like that. Now, it's up to you to choose whether you're going to look at these situations and run away from them. You're going to look at these situations and retaliate and lower your standards, get in the dirt or get in the mud with the rest of them. Because whenever you're trying to do something positive for yourself, there's always going to be things, people, situations that's going to try, or I won't even say try. It's going to appear like they're in your way. And the only way something can get in your way is if you perceive it to be in your way. You know, it's all about how you look at things. People are just actors, situations happening around you. And now if you stop and you look at these things, they become issues. Hang on, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Hang on. Get a text message. Things are just checkpoints to see where your head's at. So you need to stay focused on what you're trying to achieve. You know, if you're trying to get a big house, get some money, just have peace in your life. Those are the things you need to be visualizing as if you have them. All of those good things you look consistently focused on those things. Problems show up, or those situations show up. You might take a glance at it or whatever, and you move on. Because whenever you try to do something, the people you think are your friends will show you who they really are. See, whenever people are attacking you, or, when people are attacking you and they're doing things to you, you see two things. You see how that person behaves when they feel like they have no use for you anymore. And you also see how the people behave that either chime in or stand off and take a neutral stance, or some may even take a stance. You get to see all the operators and who's who, and who's really for you and who's not. Now, you might find yourself in a situation where people try to discredit you just to steal your business or keep people from doing business with you. It's impossible for someone to say something to make someone not do business with you. Because if a person is influenced by someone else's words, then it really wasn't for you in the first place. Do you really want to deal with people who allow words to sway them without them doing their own proper investigation or using their own God-given, God within them discernment? Do you really want to do business with people like that? You will always have what you need at the opportune time when you need it. No matter what anybody says about you, whatever they do, you will always have what you need. So never allow situations where people are trying to destroy your good name make you believe that it's going to hurt you. Because the moment you take on that thought, it will hurt you. And it won't be them that created it. You would have created it just by having that thought. That they have the power to make that happen. Do you realize when somebody is constantly speaking your name, even whether it's good or bad, that they're your mental slave? They're a slave to you? Where they feel a desire to go on and chat and keep calling your name? Do you realize you have power at that? They are giving you power every time they call your name. The Bible, God said, I am God. I am Jesus. Whenever someone calls your name, they are giving your name power. They're giving you power. They can even be talking negative, but they're still giving you power because what they're doing is programming people to think about you, whether it be negative or positive. Those people are going to still think about you. They're going to see an image of your face in their head, image of your voice in their head, and they're going to be sorting things out. So that's what it says. God said, I will make you put your enemies at your foot, make them a footstool to you. See, we have to always look at the situation for what it is. So if you really want to take power away from a situation, don't call that name. Don't bring them up. Don't let it flow off your tongue. Don't put the image out there. You see? You know, there was, I know some people might not. There was there's certain sci-fi movies. I can't remember the one in particular that they fed off of fears of others. The more you had fear, the more you made that monster grow. That's how it is with you. The more you have fear, you make that monster grow. But did you know that it works in the opposite? The more strength you have, the more strength will grow in you. The more you look in another direction, you don't let it get inside you, the stronger you get. So all you got to do is say, bring it on. And go back to doing what the will of your Father, the God in you. Go and concentrate on all of the good things you're trying to bring to your family. I know you guys, y'all want, some of y'all just want peace. That's a great thing. Some of y'all want that wealth. Want your own business. You want to see your children graduate. I know there's some people's children that graduating this coming month. You know? Concentrate on good things with your family. Let's not pay attention to the negativity. There's enough negativity to go around when you leave your house. What I'm saying is don't let it get into the house of your mind. Let it stay outside of you. All right, with that being said, I'm going to take a couple of calls, and then I'm going to get off, and then I'm going to leave y'all with Reverend Knight. It's something to learn from. Let's see. Ain't too many people got their hands up. So, let's see. 731-333. What's up? Peace.
Peace to the God.
Hey, man, what's up? How you doing?
Man, pretty good, man. I'm pretty much feeling inspired, prosperous, and I'm gonna throw in what's that word?
Magnanimous. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. I know what you're trying to say, though.
Man, you hear me?
Magnanimous, I think it is. Magnanimous. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, man. How's everything going?
Well, everything been good. I think I told you last time that I had got those DBAs, but I'm still gonna get some in North Carolina because, I still want to get some there because they're $5 for their prices. You can't beat that.
Yeah, you can do it all on one and be done with it, and they record it that's the best place I've ever seen DBA. I'm sure there's other places, but North Carolina DBA process is so simple and to the point.
Right.
And they don't give you a hard time about recording your allegiance either. They don't give you a hard time. Some of these places are starting to give people a hard time doing that. So they don't.
Yeah, they act like they didn't understand. Like the first time I went and where I got mine, I tried to do the name, and the way I did it was I basically had the estate. I had my estate, and I had the state, and I had it wrote down that the DBA was my name without the state. And when they printed up the license, they still had to get the state. Like I think she was. I don't know if she wasn't trying to be. Was she trying to be funny or not? But that's what happened. So I said, okay, well, I just got with the name now. So yeah, they tricky. They tricky with it because
now,
a lot of them.
North Carolina is also good if you want to record or do a LLC too. The reason why I say that is because South Carolina and other states, before they record your LLC, they want you have to set up an account with the Department of Revenue and get an EIN number. Well, North Carolina doesn't do that. You just record the name in the LLC and that's it. What's good about that is you can keep switching out your EIN without letting the state know the EIN number.
Right. Right. Yeah, that is. I never thought about it like that. That is a good.
Right.
You
know, when you record it, when they take the EIN all up front, you have to go let them know you got a new IE and they got that on record. It really, the LLC is really private because, you know, you might do some business with someone and then you say, well, you go get you another EIN in the same name because, you know, the IRS, they give you as many EINs in the same name as you want.
Right.
You know, and you have different, you know, especially if you're doing your 9-8 as a responsible party.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially if you're doing it through the 9-8.
Right. So you can keep switching the number you use for the same name, you know, without having to give it up to them. See, so your business, your LLC is truly private then. So I would recommend people, if they're going to do a LLC, because sometimes it's best to do a LLC, because I was reading something about LLCs. LLCs in certain places have their tax liability is not as bad.
No, it's not. Yeah, I did some studying years ago before I came into this information, and I was just studying different type of businesses, and it was kind of state to state, but like you said, like in Tennessee, it's pretty private. You know, it's not heavily taxed or anything like that. And let me say this too. While I'm talking about that, Akiem for some listeners. One of the listeners had said something. I was talking to him about unincorporated associations, and I was telling him about how in Tennessee they actually have it in the code about the Massachusetts Trust. And he sent me one, and he was like, we got it in our code too, and they even have the trustee form. I wanted to tell him that their trust is statutory. They made an act.
Yes.
Yeah, they made it. They made an act in Colorado, and I was Googling it, and it was saying that it doesn't have the full protection of a trust. So I just wanted to tell him if he listened, that's the statutory trust. So don't go there.
If you pulling the trust out of any statute, it's not. It's really for their benefit. They got a hole in it that they can get in there and do what they want to you. So yeah, you know.
Right. Yeah, that can be pierced. Now, the one in Tennessee that I looked up, it's truly unincorporated, even the way that you file, because, like, I know you know because we were just talking about the LLCs. You know how you had to fill out the form where the code in Tennessee, the Massachusetts Business Trust Act, it says it's an unincorporated association at the common law level. You don't give the state nothing. The only thing you give them is a certified copy, and when they mean it, they mean from the register of your declaration. That's it. They don't have none of your paperwork. And it says that anybody dealing with the trust has to follow the trust instrument. So that's the pretty clean and cut.
That's true. Now, I see why a lot of corporations move their home office to North Carolina because of the way you set up your business here.
Right.
Because a lot of the banking, they made North Carolina their home office. So, you know, their principal place of doing business.
Principal place of business, right.
Time Warner Cable did it. Well, it's Spectrum now. A lot of the companies made North Carolina their home office or their, what do they call it? Yeah,
their,
home
corporate headquarters or something like that.
Right. Yeah, because I can see why. Because the tax benefits they're getting by doing it here.
It's just like when you and the brother was breaking down to me on some shows some years ago. Tax evasion. How do you say I can't? Tax evasion is illegal, but tax avoidance is legal. I was looking for the other word. Yeah, right.
Tax avoidance.
So it's not illegal to minimize your tax. It's just avoiding taxes that you owe is illegal, pretty much.
Like Warren Buffett is worth $50 billion, right? But he barely pays tax. Barely. His secretary pays more tax than he does. Now, somebody brought up a point. Well, if he doesn't pay tax, how come he don't teach his secretary? You know, being in the business that I'm in now, certain people you can't teach stuff to. They're not wanting to hear what you have to say. Some people are just programmed to work for you or work for others. So you could break down, hey, let me help you minimize it. You know how much trouble he probably did that already. He probably went through some secretaries and tried to educate them. Then he said, you know what, just hire them and let them do their job. You know,
I mean, it's like the advice you gave me about a month ago. And I was telling you that I decided to go ahead with my processes by myself because I told you one of my best friends, and he's also a relative of mine, he's just programmed to be a worker. That's just what he is.
Right.
You know, he's not looking for the responsibility to work for himself. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, he depends on that chick. He depends on somebody to provide employment for him. And that's okay. I mean, you know, you got to have workers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
this walk is a solo walk. Even if you come in and have a team, right? It always eventually becomes a solo walk. I watched it come and go. It always eventually, because here it is. There's more than one way to slice this cake. It's so many avenues you can go to get to the same point. And the problem, one of the main problems is people are not ready to accept what you're trying to tell them. That's number one. And number two, especially if you're working with people have stuff locked in their mind that the way they want to do it, but you might see a different way that's just as effective or even better. You see what I'm saying? So everybody has to have the opportunity to go their path. And then y'all might eventually be back on the same path again. But y'all all going to the same goal, what? Freedom, right?
I mean, it's a spiritual part, man.
Right. On this show, we have talked about stop messing with the 1041s and OIDs and stuff like that. And I know people that's doing them for years. 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 CPA. And they do it properly and nobody has a problem.
Right. Just like the GSA. I mean, I don't know that much about it, but I know it's legal. It's just you can't I listen to a lot of Tony King. I need to get a webinar and break down the GSA because he talks real coded. But
Tony King. He does.
Yeah, he just be saying 28, 20, and I'll be like, what is he talking about? But I do still catch the jewels that he spits because he was talking about trust.
To him over and over again.
Right. And then you'll catch some and you'll be like, oh, I didn't even hear that. Like, it's the third time I listened to it. You know what I'm saying? But,
you got to listen to him over and over to catch everything. But, I mean, people, and they've done them and no problem. I mean, years doing it. And a couple of things. I mean, but I'm not ready to do that. Reason why?
I mean, you had to be
getting into this. I see people get in trouble for it, but I know they did it the wrong way. They did all kind of crazy stuff. But me, I just put my hand in that cookie jar. You know, it's like making a deal with the devil to me. You know, until I know for certain what the A, B, C, D, all the way down to Z, I will not do it.
Not touch it.
You know,
right.
I ain't put my hand on it till I know what I'm touching. You know,
I mean, it's just like
people. My cousin said this and all of that.
Nah, we dealing with facts over here. It's just like Tony King said in one of those seminars. Somebody was getting panicked about the paperwork. He said, "Look, ain't nothing you doing illegal." He said, "But if you get to start messing with their documents, editing it, scratching it, then you're in trouble." And that's what people be doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
they
right.
These
Yeah, like
documents.
for instance, there's a guy who uses they using that W-4T form. That's not an official government document. Now it'll work when you give it to your employer. He'll stop taking the money. But the problem years down the line, that when the IRS send that lock-in letter, how you going to defend it then? That's not an official government document because it doesn't have an OMB number on it. And you can tell because they got all these statutes in there supporting not this and that, don't do that. You don't never see a document riddled with statutes and codes on a government OMB form. They'll have a couple of things that they'll refer to, but a whole plethora of them, nah. You know,
nah.
Yeah, because to the employer, it looks like an official government form. So they're gonna do it. They're gonna just do it. You know, when you're dealing with people who don't know better. But when the IRS send their little letter, that's gonna trump the whole thing. You know?
Hey, you made me think about something that I had been meaning to ask too. That you brought that up.
Yeah.
Is it still a way? Because I know if it is, that it's not going to be a quick question. It's something I had to get a consultation about. But is it a way for me to donate my pay to the trust, like from work?
Yeah.
It is? Okay. I'm going to have to get with you on that.
Oh, you got
I'm going to have to
go on ACH.
You say it's called what?
ACH. Automatic clearinghouse. Okay, you get direct deposit, right?
Yeah.
You just have your direct deposit into the trust account.
Okay. All right. Because, see, I was thinking if it was able to do it, when I got the check, I would sign the check as the trustee or something like that and reserve my right.
Well,
you know, just like...
You can do all that, but, I mean, most people don't get paper checks no more. They just get the money directly, put it into their account. Put it straight into your trust account.
Right. Yeah, because they gave us 2 weeks at my job.
Once you get your status and everything, like if you did your passport, you know, right now I'm at the beginning of, like, the things you're going to do to get, you know, so y'all, I'm really working hard to show y'all how if you have jobs, they don't take the taxes out. And do it properly. Not,
I'm waiting on
it.
This.
It's temporary, where you're letting the IRS know and you're letting your job know. Hey, but you can only do it under the guise of your religious rights.
Right.
But you fill out the right form.
State got that in their constitution, most of them.
Right. No, but there are tax forms that you fill out that the IRS produces where they will not take the money out. Once you establish yourself as being exempt properly. We had taught it when we was in New York, and we taught a little bit about it. We talked about the Mennonites, how they don't have socials and stuff like that.
Right.
I was teaching on that, but we never finished that. That's still wide open.
Well,
but I see why I didn't finish it, because now with this whole nationality now, that could be incorporated with that.
Well, that was the spirit then. Because, like, you know, I think that's a good example of how I was listening to your Tuesday show at work today. I think that was a good part of your seclusion. You feel me? Like, just getting along and realizing how much stuff that was not completed or you took your attention from, or, you know, things of that nature. You know, that was probably one of them right there. Because when I heard y'all talking about giving your work to a trust, it was on a show from like 3 years ago. And so I guess, like you said, when the nationality came up, you know, it was just a rush to that. So...
Well, what's happening now is everything's coming full circle. Now, the big thing that got figured out is how to properly get the passport and be recognized as a national, right? Now that's done. Now, what do we do next? Now, people, they want to talk about going after the Holy Grail. Let's go get all of that money. That's possible. I'm not saying that's not possible. But until then, what do we do in the meantime? Because people still, majority of people that's listening to this call right now have jobs. And they're getting 20, 30% of their money taken out of their check. How can we get that back to the people? I think that'll make people rich right there. If they can keep most of their money in their pocket.
If they can keep their money.
$300 a check. You know, you make $1,000, they're taking $300. $300 a check, and you get paid. Let's say you're making $1,000 a week, right? You know, $300 a check. That's $1,200 a month. Man, you know what kind of car you can drive? You can drive an X5 BMW with that.
You look at it like this. I almost pay $200 a week in taxes. So you say there's 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 12 months in a year. I mean, you know, just that one move. You take that. The only taxes I feel like that you're gonna pay once we figure all this out, the only taxes you're gonna pay is at the gas pump. Everybody pays those because it's in the price. But besides that, if you can save that, you can save on your groceries, all these little taxes. It will make people that's barely minimum income family. It will make them middle class, and then it will make people that's middle that's almost to the next level. It will put them there. Just in that one move will put them there. You know, because so you're teaching tax avoidance techniques, not techniques that's going to get anybody in trouble. So that's why it's taking me time, because I need to vet this and make sure it's proper. Have the laws to back it up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, the things that are plaguing people today, the daily things that people deal with, is money getting snatched from them before they even get it. That's it, right? I mean, you don't even see it. I mean, I had a job that closed, and they gave us a settlement because they told us in October that they was closing in January, and they told us that they was going to give us some extra stuff if we stayed. Now, I got a check. The check was over $7,000. Do you know them folks gave me $4,900? They took that from. They ate it. They ate it. Because the IRS treats it as a bonus. They treat it as a bonus, and they tax it almost 50%. Now I was happy to have $5,000, but then at the same time I was thinking what I could have did with the other $3,000. But what I'm saying is that's still $3,000. $3,000 is $3,000. You could do a lot with that. A lot with $3,000. And to give $3,000 to somebody that didn't even work for that. You understand? I'm not really, because I want my money after CAFRs, but I don't. It's not the top on my list. It's kind of like it's cool, but with me, if I get free and if I can work and get my money and work for myself, I'm cool. I can build my own wealth. I'm confident. Like I'm confident. You have more money in your pocket. You can start your own business, become self-sufficient. I mean, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Just to have the $1,000 or $1,500 to buy everything off the site, I can make money off of the processing, helping people. You see what I'm saying? The people in your area, Yeah, because they're not going. A lot of people are not going to learn this information. They go buy all this stuff and then they go help their people with it and make money off of it. And make money off of it. You know how much people are charging to fix people's credit? Listen, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that. You know why? Because everything in that paperwork came out of the Constitution. You know, the format might be, my format. But I don't look at it as mine like that. I look at it as, hey, this is information I'm sharing to people, and I'm not giving it away free because I spent a lot of time studying it. But once it's out of my hand,
I can't control what people do with it, and I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave about that. That is just too much to focus on. We got
too much energy. Energy to be thrown out.
You can't. That's a battle you can't win. Because at the end of the day, people are looking, just like what you just said, people are looking for ways to make money. And you already know people don't like to study, and they want stuff.
Right.
That's why people who write self-help books and they life all screwed up, but they writing self-help books, right? And they making money.
Right.
Most of those people that's on these circuits teaching people how to motivating people, their life is garbage. They're not even living what those books are saying. Most of the people. There's a handful of guys out there that really live like that. Why? Because they know what people want. They want quick fixes. So let me write this quick fix up and sell it, and people will come and get it. And because people, if it sounds good, you market it right, they're going to buy it. You see what I'm saying? And so with this information, people don't want to read and study them laws because you got to read them over and over just to interpret them.
Right, just to interpret it, just to understand it, man. Right. Or to overstand it, I'm going to say that. But, and see, when I'm talking about, like saying if I was to get everything and start working, I don't even really mean showing somebody how to do it. This is how I would operate. I mean, it's people out here charging hundreds to $1,000 just to fix your credit. What I would do is I would provide that service. Now, if you ask me how to do it, I would teach you. But that's if you ask me. I'm not finna expel my energy trying to get you to do something. You're gonna have to want to do it. But I will provide those services for you. If I knew the GSA bonus like that, I would get a family member out. I know you're not gonna ask me how. You might ask me how I did it, but you're gonna have to really have the type of mind that I have to want to study it, to want to pursue it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of studying. That's a lot of studying, and that's what I mean. So I'm more focused on getting free. I want to tell you, I'm still studying that application, and I've pulled some more out of it already. I know you said the other week you told me I get it. Maybe I'll run into you before I get it, but I'm seeing stuff. Like you said, I cleared my head, and I just picked it up like it was just a regular application, and I just read it. So it's getting there. It's getting there. You know what I'm saying?
What everybody overlooked. It's right there. Like I said, the reason why most people are not getting it because they got words of other teachings in their head.
Right.
And that's
because till I listened to your show. Till I listened to your show, I wasn't gonna put the social on there. I'm glad I listened to your show because I ain't trying to get no visit. I ain't trying to get no visit on no shit like that.
Right, but I mean, let's use logic in that thing. These people already know who you are when you filled out that application and turned it in, and you gave them that birth certificate.
Especially if you send in a birth certificate with it, they gotta know who you are.
Right, they know exactly. They done pulled up the school you went to. They got a dossier on you that they know who you are. Their job is to have information. Information is power. That's what keeps them ahead of the game. So when you submit that passport application, they know. They know.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm just positively moving forward, and I'm wishing the same to you. And I gotta ask you something. I gotta give you the example to get the question out, but it's gonna sound redundant. But I know you said it before, but I need to know specifically. Okay, when it comes to rebuttals, I know you always say whatever it says, the sentence, I deny. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can take that like technically. Like what I mean is this: I have the original paper from child support, and it says, on this day, we're serving the defendant avoiding service. So do I say that sentence and say I deny, or do I deny being a defendant and evading service? Like, how do I say that?
You can say
I
deny and then say something specifically right after.
Like, do I say to the accusation that I'm evading service, I deny. Do I say it like that? Because that's what I was thinking. Deny,
and then you can say something factual. I was available for service. No one came. Very quick and to the point.
Okay. Right,
now,
because when the way you was, go ahead.
Where I've seen lawyers do it, they'll say I deny based on information and beliefs. Right after it. Or they'll say accept information and belief. So you're not really saying anything. You're just saying based on the current information that you have, you're denying it. Then they will elaborate in their brief in support of their rebuttals. Now, I want you to start labeling your rebuttals instead of affidavit of rebuttal.
Right.
But affirmative defense. Because affirmative defense holds more weight than a affidavit of rebuttal. Because you're affirming your defense. Because you're going to put an unsworn declaration right up under there. Name it affirmative defense. And
so would it be notice
than saying affidavit of rebuttal?
So would it be notice of affirmative defense?
No, just say affirmative defense to whatever the title of their paper is.
Okay, I got you. Because I never knew how to say that. I know you always used to say, I deny. So I was just trying to figure that out because I'm working on my shit.
That's how it was in the beginning. Now, whatever they, like say if you're doing your affirmative defense, boom, 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 you're breaking down everything. And that could be all your denies, and then based on information and belief, and then you go put brief in support of your affirmative defense, and then you go into detail, line by line.
Right.
Line by line.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Because on I thought I had lost it, but I found the original paper they sent for child support. They're breaking, just in the paper itself, they're breaking like two of the laws in our Constitution. For one, they didn't sign it. Well, and in our Constitution, it says that it has to be a seal and a signature from the officer. It has none of that. It's blank. It has a robo thing. It says sign. It says judge sign here, and it's blank. They don't have shit on it.
I went back and read the codes for child support, and I was looking at some definitions. You know, those codes don't even apply to the private person. They apply to employees of the United States government employees, U.S. citizens.
Well, you know how they mixing it up, right? Even though they're on some like,
they're pulling you in through your job when you fill out the W-4 form. That's how they.
And that's why it's the first thing. That's why that's the first thing they bring up. Because when you go in there, the first thing that the attorney is bringing up is where you work at.
Mm-hmm. That's how they're pulling you in. See, the job is making you an officer of the company by W-4 form. So that's why nationality is important for all of this now. Because you're not going to be labeled, even if you have a job, you're not going to be labeled as a U.S. citizen anymore. But when they were defining who those laws apply to, they were all governmental employees. Then they said, they were saying something private person, but a private person was a company, a private company, an entity.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Right.
You got to remember, they got you guys listed as a juridical person.
Right. You basically hold office. You're basically, your name is basically an officer of the United States, pretty much. It's like it's an office of the United States, pretty much. Yeah. And it's I've seen it in the law. Like it was. Go ahead.
when you're using these titles, white, Hispanic, black, Asian, Pacific Islander, American Indian, Alaska Native, any of those titles, it's even in their rule. It's a directive number 15, CDC. It's a race and ethnic standards, federal statistic and administrative reporting. Just to give props where props is due, I was looking at a video of some guys that's selling processes, but you get good information from anywhere. And they broke this form up. And if you read this form, it says, this directive provides standard classification for record keeping, collection, and presentation. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Hold on, brother. Let me get my daughter. I'll be right back with that. I'll be right back. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a very gifted artist in his own right, Mr. Chuck D.
What's up? Since we on Soul Train and still representing, let's represent stopping police brutality, all right? Stop Prop 21, Bill Moore.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, okay,
right.
That's what I was saying. It breaks down. These classifications should not be interpreted as being scientific or anthropological in nature. So what they're saying that these titles that they're using is not referring to human beings.
Not the natural person. Not referring to the natural person.
Natural, or should be viewed as determinants of eligibility participation in federal programs. And it lists all, and on this list, which you see mostly on applications, American Indian, Alaska Native, Asian and Pacific Islander, Black, Hispanic, white. You see? So,
I mean,
that's how they're looking at you. That's why they can come at you.
I mean, everything is making sense now because, the old belief was, like you said, we thought you couldn't have no minimum context. But, I'm talking about as far as the passport. But if that law that you were just talking about, if it's saying that the child support relates to U.S. persons, well, if you don't prove to show them that you're not a U.S. person, well, they got to let you do because it doesn't apply to you.
Right.
So it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Why
the
minimum contact thing is in effect? Isn't in effect with that because you're showing them that hey, I'm not that. So y'all statutes and all that other shit don't apply to me. You know what I'm saying? And they recognize
you're not that. And see, a lot of
it don't matter.
See, when people hear the term super injunction, they're thinking that it relates to if you're a new listener. They think it relates to make the regular injunction. No, the super injunction is teaching you how to get the passport. That's what it was for.
Get the passport.
Right. But, with the whole, and with that thing, it had issues. I mean, a lot of things. What happens is you learn something, you think you have it, but you have to go back and do it.
I mean, it's like you said, when you're studying, all right, you have a format. So if your format in your head is no minimum context, then you're going to work with that. But if you have to verify that, though, you know what I'm saying? You have to verify that. If you don't know that, it sounds correct. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, I don't blame you brothers for thinking that. I mean, why would you not think that? You see what I'm saying? It's just how your mind would think. But at the same time, we should know from these years of us studying that unless we done seen it on paper, then it's hearsay. You know what I'm saying? Unless they directly define and say that, then it's hearsay. You know?
See,
so
I couldn't teach that because I never went for the passport. So I could never speak from a first-hand knowledge whether it was true or not. But when I started going in and try to do my passport as a national, reality came
in, right.
And
now,
see, a lot of
like,
people who tried it gave up. And the reason why they gave up is because they were being told something, and they thought, well, that was it. I can't. Okay. We got to stop doing that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, just because somebody say you can't get it because that's the reason why you can't get it, that might be true, but that might not be the only thing. Listen,
it could have been a million reasons why.
It's a million reasons. Everybody's situation is different. What I'm saying is, it's like you want something really bad. Like you telling me, yo, I want that big house. And then Akiem saying, yo, you don't make enough money to get that house. You ain't going to get that. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at me and you say, you know what, you're right, I don't make enough money. And who am I to tell you that?
Don't let nobody tell you can't do anything.
Right. Because, listen, I'm going to tell you, in my life, I feel like I could afford stuff, right? But I did it anyway. Do you know that the universe made room for me to be able to pay for it?
Right, because you wanted it. You truly wanted it.
And then somehow I made enough money to pay for it. Even Reverend Ike taught that. He teaches that. And I said, you know what, that's true. Because when I bought my first house, I was like, man, I was owning my own business. I was just making enough money to pay the bills at the shop and a little bit extra, right? And I said, well, I got to get these kids out of this project, this apartment building. So I went and did it. Guess what? The universe.
Sometimes you can't think about the consequence.
It made room that I could do it.
I mean, it was two things. It was your will and it was the good intention. You had good intentions for your family, and you had the will to do it. So the universe provided it. It's just how it works. You know what I'm saying?
Right. People, man, I had decent cars, man. People were writing on my cars because they were jealous. You know what I'm saying? We had one car. It was a 1987 Toyota Camry, and the right side of the bumper was hanging off, right? That was the car we had. One car going back and forth. I couldn't afford it. Well, I could afford it, but that's the way I thought at the time. I couldn't afford another car. So I worked, finally got another car. Got her the first car. And I kept driving that car. Then I said, well, next year I'm buying me a newer car. And I bought me another car. Paid cash for it, $6,000. And I did what everybody else do. You get the little tax refund and you buy you a car. Only thing is,
buy you a car.
They didn't get repoed. So, and then eventually one day it hit I went to visit. I went and got another car, and the guy who sold my car, still deal with them to this day. I went to his house, and he lived in a nice house. I said, man, I want a house like this. He said, yeah, you can get a house. And he went with me, and we picked out a house like a month later. 30 days from the time I gave them $500 to hold that house, 30 days we was in the house. And I was like, man, am I going to be able to afford this house? Because the rent was, the mortgage was going to be a lot more than what I was paying. Not a whole lot, maybe like $400 more than what I was paying for rent. And
that's a lot for some people, getting taxed.
It's a lot for a man with 3 boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm making most of the money, and she wasn't making a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. And then you in a business on your own, and you know, business fluctuates. You know, it goes up and down.
Right. It goes up and down.
But what I'm saying, I never had a problem paying that mortgage. Never really had a problem. Never.
So you say there was mind, science, and action.
I was using mind, science, and didn't even know I was using Hindsight. When I had that shop, I had my voice went out, like a pallet grew up on my voice box. I had no insurance. I had to get the money to pay for that, cash money. I got it. The universe made a way for me to pay for it. And that was the time, remember the DirecTV cards? They used to program them DirecTV cards.
Yep. I remember them.
Well, I had the programmer to program that, man. So I said, man, I'm going to sell these cards, and I'm going to pay for my operation to get my voice box fixed. You know, when you really want something, you get it. Nothing can stop you, man. Nothing can stop you. If you put it in your mind, no matter what it is, how much it costs, you'll get it.
And while we on this topic about, you know, going back and studying stuff that we may have thought, you know, wasn't accurate or whatnot, I sent you a message. You responded earlier when I was asking about the seminars. I'm gonna send you a video.
Okay.
The dude is dead. I think the sheriff killed him. He was part of. I know a while, some years ago, you probably seen it. Do you remember them Europeans? They was trying to like make their own republic, and they had a president and all that shit.
I heard of
might have been about.
I heard of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now he was a part of that, but he had a video, and it's called Secretary of State. Now, the video helped me because I had a power of attorney over somebody. And I got it notarized, and I went to the county, and I got it, certified, notarized or whatever. They verified it. When I went into court with that, somebody was supposed to appear. They were supposed to have their license, and they weren't there. But they had a warrant in another courtroom, so they didn't want to come to court. So I told them, I said, well, this is when I first got into this information. It was like 2013, 2012. But so I said, okay, well, look, I'm going to do the power of attorney, and I'm going to go in there and tell them, you know, whatever. So I go in there, and I give him the paper, and he says, don't you know this is a felony? And I said, well, sir, I'm just trying to follow the law. I wasn't trying to break the law or anything like that. So he said, okay, tell her to come back next week. So I go home, and I do studying, and I said, I know this is illegal, what I'm doing. So I find that video. Now, he broke down the whole role of the Secretary of State in your state or whatnot. And he was basically saying that if you're bringing a document into court, when you go get it apostille, basically what they're doing is, he said, do you notice this is United States of America on it? He said, basically, you're coming from the United States of America into their foreign jurisdiction. And he was saying that apostille allows you to do it. So I went down there. Now I was in Nashville, so the Secretary of State was down the street. So I went down there, paid the little $2. I went into court. Same paper, same judge. They gave him the paper. He lifted the top. He looked at me, said, what you want to do? So what I'm saying is, in his video, he's thoroughly breaking down Secretary of State. He's pulling up laws, and it may be something in there. Most of the information I know you.
Yeah, send me that video because apostille is a hot topic now.
Right, so it may be something in there that helps with your study. So I'm gonna send it to you.
I have struck the hornet's nest with that because that goes against what people were saying in the past. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, Akiem. I ain't gonna lie to you because I'm very honest. I was getting on you about that till you broke it down. When I heard you say that, I said, this motherfucker said apostille? What the fuck is he? I said, Akiem lost his mind. That's because it came from what you was talking for. I would have probably said the same thing. But when you heard my show on Tuesday when I broke it down,
right?
Who's involved?
You broke it down.
Where the stock market started, all of that stuff. So where would be the place they keep all the chattel slaves? They're gonna send it right back to where it started.
I mean, when you had September,
you got to go back to where it started. You see what I'm saying?
When you had September read that definition, that's all I needed to hear.
Right.
That's all I needed to hear.
And you just said it was apostille and the United States of America is on it. That's it's not United States, because all of these courts are lower courts of the United States. Every court, I don't care where they at. Magistrate court, they're all United States courts. They're not United States of America. They're not Article 3 courts. You see?
Right. And see, this is what I was thinking, because when when I got that paper, I went back to my paperwork. All of my documents that I brought into court, there was a apostille. It says country, because they ask you at the Secretary of State office, what country? I said United States. This is United States of America on all of them. So it's something there. But like I said,
but the jury's still out. It's still out. Now you got to understand, when you heard me say, when you heard I was talking about apostille, someone else was regurgitating something. You didn't hear it come out of my mouth. So they put a spin on it to make you see it negative. You understand?
Right.
So what I'm saying
I understand completely.
If you was, I would never, in my seminar, I talked about it, and I said I still had to, I'm doing research on it. I didn't say it was the end all be all, this is what we need to do. I said it made sense based on what was being told to me, and I was talking to the guy the other day. And he, all of a sudden, guess what? He not talking no more. He said he can't talk about it no more.
What?
Yeah.
Quick.
This was yesterday. But he did give me where to look. I got everything.
So he gave you some breadcrumbs.
Documents. Yes. All he did was drop. He said, listen, I'm too close right now, and my liberty to speak is restricted.
All right, that man said he don't want you fucking up the process, huh?
He don't want to mess this. I understand now. I understand. But see, I hadn't talked to him in almost 2 months, and right before I did my seminar. So I called him up to kind of get more directed, and he gave me breadcrumbs. But it's a hell of a breadcrumb, because it's going to take a lot of reading and deciphering. And he's like,
now,
yo.
You got something to look at on the plane, man. Hey, you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a read, and it's not an easy read because the document is so ancient. You know what I'm saying? It's just not it's like when I started reading the injunction, it gave me a headache. I had to put it down. It's one of those things where I put it down and then I'll go to sleep, meditate, and then boom, and it hit. Okay, this is it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that moment. It's coming, but I need more stuff to come my way. So, you know. But anyway,
and
man.
let me make a statement on that too, real quick. We have God. We're perfecting.
You break up a little
God.
bit. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
there you go.
All right.
You good.
What I was saying was we're all gods and goddesses, but we're not perfect. We're perfecting. Now.
Exactly.
I wish all you brothers well, because y'all all have taught me. And when feelings get involved, people say shit, and it's always a positive and a negative to shit. Because like somebody can take, I'm not speaking nice of shit, but people can take, like you said, somebody can take knock your mind out to it. Because like the word apostille, it was getting used, and there was people was referring to like, Christianity and like that. But okay. But you're taking it in a negative tone. So let me make it positive. All right. What was an apostle? Apostle was a follower of Christ, and Christ was God. So look at it like that, and you got to go back and look at that word. You got to say, okay, well, damn.
Well,
it's something there with
that up. Because somebody on Facebook, if you're apostle, you're going back to their Christian church. But wait a minute. Our ancestors created every religious school of thought on the planet.
Right. And that's why I wanted to clarify, because like I told you, I'm an honest man. Right. When I heard you say that, I said, what the fuck is Akiem fucking talking about? You see what I'm saying? But like you said, you had to get that judgment out the mind and stop and say, okay, let me see what this brother is talking about. And all I had to do was listen to the Tuesday episode, and I know what you're talking about. And it's going to make me study. That's why I'm sending you the video, because I'm going to study it. You know, and any breadcrumb I find, I'm going to send it to you. You know, that's how we study. That's how we get down.
Right, absolutely. You know, it's all based, like you said, feeling. People feel like their information is being threatened. No, it's not being threatened. It's being enhanced.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We enhance it. We got to grow. You got to look. 4 years running Hindsight Radio. We have reached a plateau where we was just going in one straight direction. The growth was stunted a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it real. So things have to shake up. Okay, we're on a mission. We got to shake it up so we can keep going. You understand? Now, everybody's in their own direction. Now, what's going to happen? It's either going to make people work harder or not. One or the other. You're going to step up your game or you're not going to step up your game. Which one you going to do? I know I'm stepping up mine.
I was going to say, that's what's happening.
Studying.
Everybody's stepping up that game. I know it. I know you a studying motherfucker, Akiem. I ain't gonna lie. I know that about you. You know what I'm saying? You're studying.
I mean, I dissect word for word every sentence. That's why it takes me so long. One page might take me a couple of hours to decipher because I'm looking at every word, writing it down, making comparisons. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's how I was able to fix the whole passport process. I had to stop and just say, wait a minute. Okay. And then I realized it was right in our face the whole time. And I was like, this was simple. And then, all of this stuff is really simple. It's just that you don't know what to look for and you've been convoluted with bad teaching. And when I had broke away from the traditional teachings of Christianity, I had to throw away everything I was taught since I was a kid. I grew up as Jehovah's Witness, so they pounded in our heads certain teachings. Weekly. 3 times a week we was in church. Whether we was at the Kingdom Hall, they call it Kingdom Hall twice a week, and we had Bible study in our house. 3 times.
Right.
And then add the Saturdays and Sundays knocking on people's doors trying to recruit. I've been doing that when I was a kid. 6 years old.
Right. Anything can become a religion because the whole thing about us saying no minimum context became a religion. It became part of the 10 Commandments. See what I'm saying?
But when you think about it, it's almost impossible not to have a minimum contact. Now, what I'm saying is,
I've been trying hard not to have none.
Listen, possible. It's impossible. It's impossible because everything they got out there is designed for you have to participate in it in order to survive out here, or you won't have nothing. So what I'm saying is, okay, we got minimum context. How do we get around the minimum context? We go to each agency and let them know who we are. Okay, you get your passport. You go to the driver's license plate. SS5. Do all of that. There's a lot of people overlooked. There was something on that SS5 that says something about nationality. If that changes, you need to let us know.
Mm-hmm. Now, just thinking like that,
right on the phone.
Just that thinking gave that government another 5 years of life. Just that thinking, that one thinking, gave them 5 more years. It gave them 5 more years to do what the fuck they wanted. Just that one thought process. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I said, I will be sending you that.
All right, man. All right,
peace to the God. Be safe on the for sure. Be safe on that road, man.
I will. All right, thank
peace
you,
to
man.
the God.
Man, we had one more caller, but I guess he got tired of waiting. Couldn't wait no long. Anybody else got a question before I get off? Because I am. Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. How did it? It was there. It was gone. And then they playing games. All right, 919-492.
Peace to the gods. How's it going?
Peace to the God. What's going on? How's everything going with you?
Going great. I just received that passport card today.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay. tell me on that card, it don't really mean nothing, but I just have to ask because I'm asking everybody this question because there was this thing where there's certain stars they give you on the card. Some people have 5, some have 4, some have 3. How many you have on that, right? On the left-hand side, up under, I don't have mine, but it's on the left-hand side. It should be a set of stars there.
Hold on a minute. Let me look. There's like 4 stars.
So you got 4. Okay, got you.
4 stars and some stars.
It don't really mean nothing because I've seen people. There was a guy trying to teach. Oh, you got 5 stars. Mine's superior to yours. No, it's not because I've taught many people, and those stars came in different variants. Some people had 5, some people had 4, some people had 3. And I think what it is, and even the agent had said, it's just a pull of the cards, random picking up the cards. That's part of their security measures. Yeah. So you have 4. All right. Because I know a whole family, and all of the family is a family of 4. They have 2 children, a boy and a girl. And the parents have 3 stars on their card. The baby son, got 3 stars on this card, and the baby daughter got 4. So I did, they all did the same thing. So, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. All right, man. I just like asking that question. But yeah, you in there, brother. You win.
Nice.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one. If you had anything else you wanted to say before I shut it down.
I had one question. You had any success with registering the trust with a bank with the as an Aboriginal, and did that open up any credit for you?
I haven't done it.
All right, I'm about to test that theory out. I'm about to test it out.
Okay, but let me know how you do. But that was on the list of things to do. So let me know what's up. Okay.
Sure will. All right, peace to the God. Have a good seminar.
Okay. All right. Peace.
All right, peace.
Have a good one. Oh, yeah, I got it, brother. I got your number. I'll call you tomorrow when I get into town. I got it. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry to have a short show, but I think it was short. A lot of jewels were dropped. I suggest y'all going back and listen and study. All right, peace.